was a good idea to get plenty of vitamin C. Was driving from Wisconsin to Illinois the other day, which is actually the subject of what I'm going to talk about here. Uh, and stopped at a Quick Mart, which they have a bunch of up in Wisconsin, real popular gas station. And somebody had given me a gift card that I worked with up in Wisconsin, kind of a goodbye present. It was like $25, and was driving out of Wisconsin. I go, all right, what am I going to do? There's no Quick Marts in Illinois, so I got to use this gift card before I cross the border. I'd only use I filled up the tank of gas, but that only took like $8 or $9. I was pretty hungry, so I got four pieces of fried chicken, which was tasty. What else did I get? A large Dr. Pepper, which was just a special treat to go with the fried chicken because I was on the road. And 3 oranges for $1.89, and this is the last of the oranges that I just finished off. But anyway, good afternoon. My name's Ken Tracy, and I was going to call this Tuesday Thoughts from the Gym because I just had a great workout. But I thought maybe rather than just call it Thoughts from the Gym, I could give you a more precise thought that I'm juggling while I was working out a little bit ago. And it's about relocating or starting over. Again, my name's Ken Tracy. I do a show called Coffee with Ken. I go live on YouTube most mornings or between 6 and 7. My audience grows every day. I kind of have some fun with it. But I'm also a human being that has highs and lows and goes through stuff. And I've probably been through more stuff than many. Twice divorced, 4 beautiful kids. Had to start over a bunch. And recently, in an effort to get closer to friends and family, I am relocating. I just relocated a day and a half ago, and you can see the damage behind me. Look at this. Look at this car. Look at this car. There's even a broom. I had just enough for a broom to slide in my car. Got my picture frame of St. Andrews, got boxes, got stuff piled up here. There's just stuff all over. You cannot move in this car. But anyway, I relocated on Saturday from Wisconsin to Illinois. And I have done it more than I care to do. Wasn't a part of the plan, but I tend to make decisions that I make. And career decisions, relationship decisions. Some might call them emotional. Some might even call them erratic. I just couldn't call them me. And again, because of that, I've had to relocate more than I'd like. And I'm hoping this time, moving back to Illinois, where I grew up from the great state of Wisconsin, that I'm here not just maybe for financial reasons, like a couple of my moves have had. 2 years ago, I left the suburbs of Chicago, where I spent my whole life. I rode my scooter across the country to work at Yellowstone for the season and wait tables. And I did that not knowing anyone in Yellowstone, not knowing what it'd be like. It was a great experience, and one I'm fortunate to have gone on, but still was a scary experience. Just over a year ago, unable to, still waiting tables at the time, unable to put a roof over my head and cover my financial responsibilities, which are significant. I moved up to Wisconsin and lived in the city of Appleton, Wisconsin for a year. Had to start from scratch. Moved into a hotel, found a job the next day, joined a gym, found a church, started working, made some friends, but never felt it was really right for me. But it was a good place for me for that chapter of my life. And now in the last 2 days, I've moved back to Wisconsin. Again, you can see the stuff behind me. And I was thinking about it while working out at the gym. I think if you are relocating, whether you're a divorced person or you got a job transfer or maybe lost a loved one or a spouse or what have you, for whatever reason, if you find yourself starting over, if you will, um, that's a time where you're very likely to be vulnerable and open to emotional swings and feelings of loss and pain and hurt and a bunch of yucky feelings. And I think the first instinct, and it makes sense, is to find a job, and the second instinct might to find housing. And both make sense because without a job, things get really expensive really quick, and without housing, especially if you're doing it in the winter, um, it gets pretty cold pretty quick. In my experience, what I'd recommend is rather than trying to find a house to buy or a home to live in or even a lease to rent, is find, as I was saying, find a cheap, a reasonable but clean um, place to stay short term. A hotel, something that's clean, something that you can call home base while you search for work, you search for long term housing, you get the lay of the land, if you will. Um, but after that, and not quite as important, but almost as important, uh, evaluate what's important to you. And I have, and what's important to me is finding a church to go to on Sundays. And I'm not the most spiritual guy in the world, but I do find a lot of peace when I go to church on a Sunday. And I find it's a great way to start my Sunday. And I checked into the hotel I'm in front of right now on Saturday night at like 5 or 6 o'clock. And I was at a 9 o'clock service the next day. Again, I didn't find salvation necessarily, or it didn't change my life, but it was just grounding and made me feel like things were going to be okay. Not only the spiritual aspect of going to church, but also fitting into a community and seeing other people and maybe not feeling so alone. After church, I actually had a job interview yesterday, but I also stopped by 3 gyms in the area and evaluated them. I found one thing I really enjoy working out with. I like benching, I like curls, I like all sorts of things. But about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I tried to hit the heavy bag and it felt really good. It blew off stress, was probably a great full body workout, great for cardio, great for mind, because if you're anxious about something, you punch that bag for a minute and a half, you're pretty tired, you blow off a lot of steam, it feels real good. Um, I stopped by a Walmart today and picked up a set of, or a pair of boxing gloves. You don't have to do that. I just thought I'd tell you what I did. And I signed up for a gym this morning. And I'll tell you what, it felt awesome. If a lot of times when you're relocating, money's going to be tight and you're not going to want to commit to some long-term deal at a gym at least, and you don't even know have your bearings. But if you can find a gym, and like there's a lot of low cost gyms out there, Planet Fitness is a great one. You can sign up for almost next to nothing. A lot of them offer deals, like a week free or first month for $1 type deals, where you can go and get a good workout and work off that stress and not feel like the transition from where your life is today from where it was a week ago is that drastic. So I've been here a day and a half. I've checked into a hotel. I like the hotel. I like the location. It's clean. It's reasonably affordable. I've had a job interview. I've went to church, found a church that I thought was pretty good, and just joined a gym on a trial basis period for really cheap, and had a great workout. Um, and it's a grounding feeling. It's a calming feeling. Um, and it feels, again, for the first time in a couple of years, that maybe I'm not in this location just for financial reasons, but for something more. And hopefully it's to build a life. And I think evaluating what's important to you, and for me, it was working out and going to church on top of obviously housing and job opportunities. And I'll tell you, within a day and a half, to be in a gym, to have gone to a church, to have had an interview, to have two places I'm going to stop by and look in for job opportunities later today feels really, really good. And I just wanted to talk today and encourage anybody that's starting over, going through a divorce, relocating. I think a lot of times our first instinct will be, before we even get there, buy a house or what have you. And I think that's a probably rash decision that a lot of people make if they can afford it. And I certainly couldn't have afforded it. But again, I think it's important to get in town, get the lay of the land, find out where's the neighborhood you want to live, where's the church that's interesting, get a good workout in so there's some stability in your life a little bit. Because if you're only focused on finding a job and there's nothing else to it, the stress is going to build up quickly. It's probably going to show in your interviews or when you're talking to a potential employer. And again, I'm going to stop by two places later this afternoon. I just had 4 rounds of beating the crap out of the heavy bag for 90 seconds. And I'm going to go in, grab a shower, get dressed, head off to these places of employment, and hopefully talk to somebody and find myself a job. So if you are out there, hey, Chris, great to see you. Hello, Legend of Zorro. Thank you, Boogie Time. I've done it. Somebody said great advice. I will tell you, I've done it. Fred Hinkle says just take your time. Fred, that's not always a luxury that you have when you're relocating. Yeah, it's not, I mean, believe me, it's not just the room and board. It's expenses. It's car bills, insurance, child support, what have you. I don't think just taking your time is, I think moving with speed and purpose would be the advice I would give. And I am moving with speed and with purpose. And again, have been to church, have gotten a great workout in, have interviews lined up, have checked into a hotel for a week, so I don't have to worry about where am I going to be sleeping in a couple days. And I'm starting to piece by piece. I don't even want to say put a life together because I don't even know where I'm at, and I don't know. Almost drove the wrong way down a one-way street today. But I'll figure it out. So anyway, I just wanted to hop on and talk to you a little bit today. Again, I was up in Wisconsin, and I reached out to what would be called a real job. I don't know, about a month ago. And they said, all right, come on, let's do an interview Friday, 10 o'clock. I go, yeah. And then I realized they meant a face-to-face interview, which although I do enjoy, I also knew I couldn't drive down, 5-6 hours south for a first interview. It just wouldn't be time smart. And I think sometimes you need to get across the river, across the bridge, if you will. And for me, because I've done it a few times in my life, being a server or a bartender is great because you make money, you start earning money right away. And if I could land a reasonably high-paying hospitality job, if you will, I would take it, work hard, maybe take two, work hard, get caught up on my financial responsibilities, start looking at apartments in cool places, start sending out feeler jobs to real jobs, and keep working out, keep going to church, keep making friends, meeting people, and moving forward. And feels good. It will all come together. You are right about that, Fred. Somebody said, God bless. I am blessed, Jill. Jeff said, hey, sir, how you doing? Hope you're doing great. Honestly, I've never seen eyes as striking as yours before. You're the first person, no joke. Much respect for you from the heart. Well, Jeff, that's sweet, but I wish you weren't a dude. It's always guys that hit on me. Maybe you weren't hitting on me. Maybe you were just platonically saying I had striking eyes. And I appreciate the compliment. I really do. But anyway, it's Monday morning, and I wrote out a schedule, and I'm nailing that schedule today. I'm right on time. I'm supposed to go in, shower, and get back on the road at 1 o'clock, and walk into a couple businesses, and looking to do that. So I want to thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful start to your week. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you are loving yourself. I hope you are forgiving yourself. And I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.